Good day to everyone. This is Adrian Macario. Now we will discuss the system, surrounding, and boundary. First is the system. So before I start, I want you to answer the question. What is a system? For sure, all of you already have a good idea since we tackled it na before, which is discussed by previous group. So before we understand entropy, it is important na malaman muna natin kung ano yung tinatawag natin na system. So in science, the system itself ay yung anything na part ng universe na pinipili nating pag-aralan. So maaari itong isang maliit na bagay tulad ng ice cube, or isang baso ng maliit na kape, mainit na kape, o isang buong machines. So maaari din siyang maging mas malaki tulad ng atmosphere natin or atmosphere ng Earth, or kahit yung buong universe pa. While lahat ng nasa labas ng system is natawag nating surroundings. So it is important yung concept ng system dahil dito natin sinusuri or mapag-aaralan kung paano gumagalaw yung matter of energy. So connected here is yung entropy. Dahil yung entropy is sinusukat yung level ng disorder or randomness sa loob ng isang system. So kapag mas organized ang particles, mababa yung entropy. But kapag mas magulo at randomness ang arrangement ng particles, mas mataas ang entropy. Again, kapag mas organized ang particles, mababa ang entropy. But kapag mas magulo at random ang arrangement ng particles, mas mataas ang entropy. For example, kapag ang yelo natin is natutunaw, the molecules of it is mas malayang or mas freely na nakakagalaw compare noong solid pa siya. Kaya tumataas ang entropy ng system. So, may tatlong pangunahing uri yung system natin. First is yung open system, kung saan pareho nakapagpalitan ng matter of energy sa surroundings. Pangalawa naman is yung closed system, which is yung energy lamang is napapalitan, or yung energy lamang yung napapalitan nga. Yung pangatlo naman is yung isolated system, wherein wala napapalitang matter of energy or energy itself. So, the universe is madalas or itinuturing na isolated system because walang outside na mapagpapalitan ito. So, in studying entropy, it is important that we understand the system dahil dito natin makikita kung bakit natural na nangyayari yung pagtaas ng disorder at kung paano kumakalat ang energy sa iba't ibang process sa environment and of course in everyday life. Next, so what comes in your mind when you hear the word surrounding? So yung surrounding is tumutukoy sa lahat ng bagay na nasa labas ng system natin, kagaya ng sinabi natin earlier. But maaaring makaapekto dito o maapektuhan ito. So in simple words, ito yung environment na nakapaligid na sa system natin. Again, yung surrounding natin, ito yung nakapaligid sa system natin. So mahalaga yung surroundings kasi dito nagaganap yung pagpapalitan ng energy at minsan pati yung matter itself. So connected to that or connected dito yung entropy. Dahil habang nagkakaroon ng interaction ang system at surrounding, kumakalat yung energy at naging mas random or disorganized ang system or ang arrangement ng particles. Halimbawa, kapag may mainit na kape sa isang kwarto, yung init from the coffee itself ay lumilipat sa paligid or sa surrounding natin hanggang sa lumamig yung kape. So habang nangyayari ito, yung entropy natin is tumataas because of energy. Or because yung energy is mas nagiging spread out at hindi na concentrated sa isang lugar. So, isa pang halimbawa is yung pagtunaw ng yelo, wherein kumukuha ito ng heat mula sa surrounding natin para sa pagtunaw niya or for it na matunaw. So, dahilan para mas maging free or mas maging freely ang paggalaw ng molecules natin. So, with this, it just stated that the surrounding is have a big impact sa pagbabago ng entropy natin dahil dito nagmumula o napupunta yung energy na nagkakos ng pagtaas ng disorder ng isang system. Next slide. So what comes in your mind when you hear the word boundary? So sabi dyan, the boundary is the real or imaginary surface that separates the system from its surrounding. So sa pag-aaral ng entropy, it is important na alam natin yung concept ng boundary ng isang system. Okay, so yung boundary or ang boundary, it is yung limitation na naghihiwalay sa system at sa surroundings natin. So it can be physical boundary tulad ng isang pader, ng isang lalagyan o baso. O kaya naman is imaginary boundary na ginagamit lang sa scientists para mas madaling pag-aralan ang isang process. So, importante yung boundary dahil dito nakadepende kung paano nakakapagpalitan ng energy o matter ang system at surrounding. And then, it is also related sa entropy dahil habang dumadaan yung energy o particles sa boundary, nagkakaroon ng pagbabago sa level ng disorder o randomness sa system. For example, sa isang baso ng mainit na kape, so the heat itself is lumalabas or nag-transfer papunta sa paligid sa pamamagitan ng boundary ng baso at ng surface ng kape. So habang kumakalat ang heat energy, mas nagiging spread out yung energy kaya tumataas yung entropy natin. Kapag naman insulated yung container, mas kaunti ang heat transfer dahil kontrolado ng boundary ang paglabas at pagpasok ng energy. So pinapakita nito na mahalaga yung boundaries entropy dahil ito yung nagsisilbing daanan o harang na entropy at matter na nakapekto sa pagtaas o pagbabago ng disorder sa isang system. Next. So look at the diagram. This diagram shows the relationship between system, surrounding, at boundary. So sa thermodynamics, at entropy, again, look at the diagram. This diagram shows the relationship between system, surrounding, at boundary sa thermodynamics at entropy. Sa inside ng bilog, it labeled as system. Kumakatawan siya sa particular part ng universe na we choose to study, tulad ng isang baso ng kape, ice cube, o gas sa loob ng container. Yung nasa labas naman ng bilog is tinatawag na surroundings. Ito din yung tumutukoy sa lahat ng bagay sa paligid ng system na maaaring makapekto dito o makapektuhan ito. Yung circle naman itself is yung tinatawag natin boundary, na nag-reserve na hangganan sa pagitan ng system at surroundings. Kapag yung boundary ay ang nagko-control kung paano nakakapasok o nakakalabas ang energy at matter. So related ito sa entropy dahil habang may nagtatransfer ng energy sa pagitan ng system at surrounding, kadalasan tumataas ang disorder or randomness. Next slide. For example, a cup of coffee. Yung system natin here is yung coffee itself or yung hot coffee, and surrounding natin is yung environment, while the boundary is yung cup itself. Now, have you ever wondered kung paano or bakit lumalamig agad yung coffee natin? It is depend on the system, surrounding, and the boundary. Kapag ang boundary natin is more thicker, mas mabagal ang heat transfer or transfer of energy. For example, diba? Pag here kasi sa bahay is dalawang floor. Yung init or temperature sa baba is much cooler sa taas. So why kaya? Kasi mas thicker yung boundary sa baba compare sa taas na direct contact sa sun, which is the source of heat natin. Naiintindihan ba? Ganun din sa cup of coffee. Lalamig agad yung coffee natin if yung cup itself is much thinner, and it also depends on the surroundings. Next slide. Why is entropy negative when water freezes? So kapag nag-freeze ang tubig, nagiging negative yung kanyang entropy. Dahil yung entropy is sukatan ng kalat o randomness. So sa liquid state, freely gumalaw at random ang mga molecules ng tubig na nagpapakita ng mas mataas ang disorder. Pero habang lumalamig yung water natin at nagiging ice, naging compact, yung molecules is nagiging maayos sa isang well-organized crystalline structure. Yung maayos na arrangement na ito is just means na pagbaba sa randomness at pagtaas ng order. Kaya nagiging negative ang pagbabago sa entropy. Ibig sabihin, mas mababa ang entropy ng final state, which is solid ice, kumpara sa initial stage, which is liquid or water itself. So, even bumaba yung entropy ng tubig mismo, it is important na tandaan natin na para magyelo, nagre-release ng init ang tubig sa environment natin na nagpapataas naman sa entropy ng surroundings natin. Kaya ang kabuuang entropy ng universe ay tumataas pa rin ayon sa second law of thermodynamics. Now, I have a question. Does it break the second law? Why or why not? So sabi nga natin, the second law of thermodynamics states that in any spontaneous process, the total entropy of an isolated system always increases, and heat cannot spontaneously flow from a colder body to a hotter body. So to answer that question is no, hindi. Hindi na-break yung second law of thermodynamics dahil it only states that yung total entropy ng universe ang dapat laging tumataas, hindi lang yung entropy ng system o yung tubig mismo. So kapag negative bumababa yung entropy ng tubig dahil naging organized at maayos ang molecules niya, yung process sa pagyelo ay exothermic. Ibig sabihin is naglalabas o nag-release ito ng heat energy papunta sa surroundings o paligid. So dahil sa init na natatanggap ng paligid, mas gumagalaw ng mabilis at naging random ang molecules. Kaya tumataas yung entropy ng surrounding. At mas malaki ang pag-increase nito kaysa sa decrease na nangyayari sa tubig. Kapag pinagsama-sama ang entropy, change ang system at surroundings. So positive pa rin ang resulta. Kaya sumusunod pa rin ito sa rules na ang kabuuang disorder ng universe ay patuloy na lumalala o tumataas. Next slide. So for 30 seconds, I want you to observe the pictures. So this represent if nag-spray ka ng perfume mo sa isang room or sa isang room. So this is picture number 1. And this is the picture number 2. So basically, in terms of entropy, which measures how maggulo or arrange ang isang system, yung first image shows the perfume is spray na nasa maliit lang na area. This is also called low entropy. Kasi yung perfume molecules are close together, nakaayos ng maayos, and limited lang yung pwedeng mapuntahan ito. On the other hand, sa second image, yung spray kumakalat na sa mas malaking space. So yung molecules are now spread out, hindi na concentrated, and mas marami ng possible position nila. Which means, mas mataas na yung entropy or mas magulo na yung arrangement. This perfectly follows the second law of thermodynamics. So kapag hindi nadagdagan ng energy mula sa labas, system naturally go from mas organized to mas magulo over time. That's exactly why kapag nag-spray ka ng perfume mo sa room mo, hindi siya mananatili lang sa isang spot. Yung amoy, kusa ng nagkakalat sa buong kwarto hanggang sa maging pantay na yung distribution ng molecules, and hindi na kusang babalik sa pagiging concentrated ulit until maglagay ka ulit ng extra effort or energy or mag-respray ka ng perfume mo. Alright? Now, we will play a game called positive or negative. So I will just flash some pictures here and you just have to answer if it has positive or negative entropy according to our discussion earlier. Okay? Let's start. First is a burning wood. It is positive or negative? It is positive. Why? Because the wood changed from an organized form into ash, smoke, heat, and gases, which are more spread out and disordered. So yung particle naging more disordered or disorganized and spread out. So the entropy increases. That's why burning wood is considered positive. Next one is dissolving salt. It is positive or negative? Very good. It is also positive entropy because the salt particles spread out and become more disorganized when we mix in water. So instead of staying packed together in crystal form, the particles separate and move freely in the solution. So nag-increase yung randomness. Next class is cooling soup. It has positive or negative? Nice! Cooling soup is an example of negative entropy because as the soup cools down, yung movement ng particles is become slower and less random. Next naman is folded cloth. It is positive or negative? Alright, folded cloths are halimbawa ng negative entropy dahil the cloth itself are arranged in an organized and orderly way. Last one is a pile of leaves. Ito ba ay positive or negative? So, it has positive entropy. Why? Because the leaves are scattered and less organized compared to being attached neatly on a tree. That's all for my part, but before I end my discussion, I want you to read and reflect with this quote. So life naturally becomes messy sometimes, just like entropy. But growth happens when we learn to bring meaning, discipline, and purpose into the chaos. Class, so entropy teaches us that disorder is a natural part of life. Minsan, magulo yung schedule natin, nahihirapan tayo sa schoolworks, or parang hindi organized ang buhay natin. Pero just because chaos exists, doesn't mean we stop trying. So just like in science, energy is needed to create order, ganoon din sa buhay. So we need effort, disciplines, and patience, and also determination to improve ourselves every day. So whenever life feels messy, remember that you have the power to organize your goals, fix your mistakes, and continue growing. So entropy was increased naturally, but success comes to those who keep working to create order in their dreams and future. Thank you so much.